Plus, you're giving up yardage.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. On the counter, here's Kamara. And look out, I think he's going to go. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there, 60 yards. And the Saints have taken the early lead. You talk about explosion plays. There's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On the carry, here's Marshawn Lynch. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
So when you call a corner blitz, what a lot of teams call a cat blitz, you're expecting to come after the quarterback, but in this case, he ran into the ball carrier. Really nice technique, because what you do is you come deepest offensive player so he can't get outside of you.
And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back, right on the 30-yard line. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. And with the play clock running out, Jack Del Rio's going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Open man there is Patterson, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And that goes as a gain of 37 on 3rd down.
Trying to defend a drag route is really tough because you don't want to jump a route that's shorter or underneath as the drag route is too quickly, because oftentimes they want to run that route and then hit over the top of you for bigger yardage. So if you can chip off the timing of the receiver off the line of scrimmage so he can't actually get into the route, that's the best way to defend it. But there was no possibility of that on that play. End result, receiver won in a big way.
Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Carr fighting Patterson there for a Raider first.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That's something you see a whole lot of, a sack of Derek Carr, and due in large part to a good O-line. Carr was sacked on less than 3% of his dropbacks last year, lowest in the league.
Oakland knew it was important to take care of their quarterback. They picked up Donald Penn, Kelechi Osemele, and Rodney Hudson in recent years, and it's paid off.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And the pressure gets to him again.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Halfback sent in motion. And with the play clock running out, Jack Del Rio is going to take a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And no move to pull Carr and the offense off. They're going to go on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Carr. Forced out to his left. Now he'll throw deep left. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. So New Orleans will take over here in just a second. Earlier, you talked about Drew Brees last week not having his big numbers at the run game carried him, and Alvin Kamara had a great game, and in particular had an incredible spin move, hurdle play. He's just a talented guy.
To put it mildly, makes you wonder what was going on back in his college career that he didn't hit the field full time. Because when you see him play and the diversity and how he's used by New Orleans, they figured it out. Yes, he can run the ball between the tackles. He can get to the perimeter, catch the ball out of the backfield. In fact, he's leading the NFL in yards per carry at 7.1, a yard and a half better than Cam Newton in second place. This kid is having a heck of a year. When you start talking about Rookie of the Year, start thinking Alvin Kamara.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Sammy.
Again, it's Kamara. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said,
The play clock's running down. Snap comes at 1. And now Breeze. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. A little bit of a window here, and let's use it to give some love to the kickers because we don't do this much. Phil Dawson, 42 years young, hit a 57-yarder to win the game for Arizona last week. How about that?
How pumped is he? And that was the first win for Arizona over a team with a winning record in 2017, making that kick even bigger. But how about his counterpart in Pittsburgh? Chris Boswell, a night game in Pittsburgh. Heinz Field has been notoriously a tough kicker's park. He hits a 53-yarder to beat Green Bay at the buzzer. And I believe that was his career long as well.
It was, and it was cold. That's not an easy kick, but he got it done. In motion right is Thomas. Now Breeze on third down. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
So Breeze is going to stay out there, and they're going to go for this on fourth down. They do go for it. It's Breeze. And Gibbs got it. And he'll be down deep into Oakland territory. An incredible play there on fourth down. 41 yards. They'll send Ginn in motion left. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. That's caught, it's Thomas. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now's a play caller. Because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
They'll look to run with Ingram. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. Mark Ingram taking it in. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only. Here in the first half, this becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cameron Jordan in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
694 now.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Carr to throw on second down. And this one is incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's third down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So the D-line's going to spread out. To throw, it's Carr. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Now Thomas will come in motion right. So after the INT, it's Breeze. And it's caught, Kobe Fleener. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Shift together here from the D-line. Throwing on first down is Breeze. Being chased out left. Left side and caught by Fleener. And he is going to lose yardage here. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Breeze to throw on second down. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup. Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
So no problems there with that one as they're able to put 3 up on the board.
Yeah, it's pretty much a winless night. There's only a very light breeze, so it's a perfect night for kickers. And like you say, no problems with that one.
And now here come the Raiders. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They start the drive with Lynch. He finds an opening past the 40. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters. Okay, so Larry apparently giving us the silent treatment all of a sudden, and we're going to skip ahead to quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Ken Crawley. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Raiders. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. A.J. Klein coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. On second down, here's Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Michael Crabtree, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Now Carr. It finds Crabtree for the completion. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On first, here's Washington. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away with it.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Craig Robertson coming hard from that linebacker spot. He drops him for a loss of 11. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Now it's Ginn. And a big tackle there as the defender runs right through him. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now he'll escape to his right. It's caught by Mark Ingram. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
So the offense lining up 1st and 10. Ginn will come in motion right. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Mario Edwards in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. On On second down, here's Breeze. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to take this one down to the 20-yard line. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now Breeze. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Breeze. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Brandon Coleman from 3 yards out. And the Saints just continue to roll. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out and down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. Carr again here on 2nd and 10. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now Carr. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail. Here's Marquette King now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Here's Ginn. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though. And
he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. And out of bounds right around the 20. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
In motion left, that's Cooper. Now Carr, gotta have this one. And he finds Cook. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Throwing now is Carr. Brought in by Walford, right side. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them. And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. The quick slant caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no zero. You're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Shotgun now for Breeze. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Coleman, the man in motion left.
21. Easy. Here we go.
The Saints do snap it. It's Breeze. He lets it go deep for Fleener. And got his man complete. They'll get 32 yards there. And that leads to a New Orleans first down.
We know it's tough enough to pick up first downs on third down plays, but when you go for it on fourth down, sometimes you're actually just praying, and on that play, the prayer was answered.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And now the offense operates in the red zone. Breeze going to throw here. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. That's complete right around the 8. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. And often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Carl try it again on second down. Big hold of the 30. Trying for Cooper again. This time he finds him. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Carr now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cameron Jordan in there to get him again. The third time he sacked him here tonight. Carr to throw on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Throwing on third and long. Carr. Buying time to his left. Now a desk, and for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Breeze is looking to throw. It's brought in right side by Ginn. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. He'll air this one toward. This is caught inside the 15. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone.